Squeeze in a little bit. We're going to get started with our second one. It's Michael Boyer with ICT Food Circles. Give him a hand. Thrust him into that. Where's your presentation?
In here somewhere.
Okay, you want to find it? That's probably it right there. The clock has not started yet.
Is there a way to make it into slideshow? Cool.
Does that work?
Good enough for me.
Okay.
Hi. I'm Michael. I'm going to talk about the ICT Food Circle. Are you ready? I may or may not be. We'll see. All right, so let me tell you the history. We are almost a year old, a couple weeks from being a year old. We started in Open Wichita. Does anybody know what Open Wichita is? They're actually doing their second hackathon in the River Festival, and it's going to be gigantic. And we went to the first hackathon, and that's where this this idea that I had conceived over a few months of thinking and research really, well, got employees. So I went there, I presented this idea, super vague idea of cultivating the food systems in Wichita to encourage this new market that hasn't existed otherwise in Wichita, but you see in a lot of other places around the nation and around the world. So we went there and we wanted to get one thing done, and we built a business plan, and that seemed so impactful at the time. And I think about it now, and if we were still doing our original business plan, we'd still just be talking about it. So we decided to start with a directory, an online directory. In September, our website went live with this directory. And on that directory, you can go in, find the food you want to find in the 150 miles of Wichita, and get connected with the farms and farmers that supply said product. Okay, so we also went live with a blog, and I'm not a blogger, but I posted the first blog, and it was kind of a story about just this is what we're doing, and here's your invitation to join in. In January, I had the pleasure of being interviewed by Gabby Dunn with the Wichita Eagle, and we got a incredibly well-written article done about us. And with that, we got a lot of traction. We started getting a lot more followers, and we started getting a lot more quote-unquote clients. So we're a nonprofit company. And our corporation formed in February of this year, after a year after its conception. And it's been such an adventure. I've got a couple really good key board members who I'll introduce you to in a little bit. But it's been such a ride. So I'm going to tell you, the history is not long. It's a year old, but the future is certainly broad. So on October 8th, we'll actually host our first fall festival, Fall Farmers Festival. And with that will be our first piece of action outside of the online directory. So here's what we do. So we have an online directory, we have a monthly newsletter, a blog, we have our social media presence, such as Facebook and Twitter, and we're dabbling with Instagram. We're going to start hosting farm festivals in the spring to open up the market season, and in the fall to close the market season. And then we're going to host marketing events. We also participate in community forums such as Seed to Feed, and participate with groups such as Wichita Area Sustainability Initiative for, they're doing a program called Feed the 5,000. So with that, we also do surveys for the market to see what the needs are around town, whether you're a farmer, a consumer, or otherwise. So this is the front page. The website's ictfoodcircle.org. And In here, you scroll down a little bit, and it'll show you eggs, chicken, produce, fruits, nuts, all that stuff. And you just follow the links. Real user-friendly, and then you make the phone call and connect with your farmer. We also have events and stuff that we post on our calendar, and you can get to see all kinds of markets and stuff that are going on around Wichita and Kansas. So here's our leadership board, our leadership team. And if you look at the descriptions of what they do, as I tell you what they do for the food circle, you'll kind of see this incredible volunteer base that we got from just a few people. So Rebecca's is pretty online. She actually helped design and develop the website, along with Glenn, who's an information technologist. He makes apps and things, but he makes sure that we don't crash, and if we do crash, he makes sure to stop what he's doing in his professional life and fix it for us. So he's pretty devoted. Sarah, who happens to be my sister, joined us when she moved back to Wichita in February. She's the social media strategist, because I'm not very strategic on social media at all. In fact, I'll post something and then she'll call me immediately and say, "What are you doing?" Then we have Melissa, the social worker, who is, she hits the ground. She goes to events. She collects data person to person. She does that kind of cool stuff that we all wish we had time to do, but she actually makes it happen. And then we have Harshid, who is he's an analyst and engineer, and I call him, he is the best Google user I've ever met. Because I'll be talking about something and saying, we need to figure this out in a meeting, and then he'll slide his phone over to me, and he will have found the solution for us. So I can type in the same thing in my Google bar and get no response whatsoever. So, and then we have Stephanie, the industrial engineer, who has helped me as far as being a farmer liaison, talking to farmers and really seeing what they need, what they want, and how they want to get involved. And the response on that is just incredible. As we help the farmers, they're more interested in helping us. So that mentality really is what drives me forward. And then there's me, who I'm the talker, apparently. So, so that's our leadership team. So let's talk about the future.
I'm going to stop you right there, Michael. We're going to go to question and answer. If we could have the next question be, what are your future projects? That'd be great.
Well, thank you for the question. Sunday brunch at District Marketplace. I've luckily gotten this incredible relationship with Donnie Hutchins, who's hiding in the corner. We've talked about doing a Sunday brunch market, a Sleepy Days market at the Brickyard, and we'll skip one of those and go straight to the Buyers Network and rural distribution channels. And then, most importantly, in our main event, which will happen twice a year, is that Fall Farmers Festival, where we talk about educating people and children on how they can just prepare the food that's grown locally.
Awesome. Any other questions? Somebody's got to have a question. Right here.
How do you connect, so the people can go to the website and find out where the farmers are? Outside of the events, how do they get their produce? Or
Well, there's all kinds of things, and incredible talk today. Thank you, Tom. But there's many ways. There's farms that have shops on their farms. Most farmers are involved in markets. So you can catch them on Saturdays, or you can catch them on Wednesdays, things like that, where you can actually go face-to-face and buy their product. A few of them have CSAs, which are community-supported agriculture, where you can make an initial quote-unquote investment, and with that, you get a share of their product. One of my favorites is $500 at Serenity Farms, and then they feed you. They meet you at a drop point, because laws, they can't bring it to your house. But they'll meet you at a drop point and bring you the produce and the product that they've grown on a regular basis for a period of time. I think theirs goes until from May to October.
Right here.
Mike,
Yes.
What is your overarching vision for this? What do you want to see in the future from this?
Well, everybody, the greatest thing about this is everybody has their own passion when it's connected to food. Whether it's a health implication or just teaching their children habits or the growing aspect of it or the community aspect of it. My personal goal, which could be completely different than yours, is just the community engagement and really bringing it back to what it used to be, which was this overarching display of agriculture, this mosaic, if you must, that you paint with what you grow and what you build and the things like that. So really bringing it back to the community piece is what's incredibly important to me.
Mike, we got a question back here from Donnie, your friend.
Yes, Donnie, my friend.
It's probably set up that we're
Completely set up. So without going too much in detail from our talks, what are the futures for bringing local food into the metro area, and how is it being beneficial to both the community and the farmers?
All right, that
told you.
That was loaded, definitely loaded. Not planned, but loaded. As my friend might know, the future of bringing this product into Wichita, part of it's connection and networking. The other part is the physical connection that we can make with the food and bringing it here. Donnie does a good job of the district marketplace, and I'm going to plug it for just a second, of getting food trucks and craft vendors and anybody who does anything with their hands into this district marketplace and give them a platform to provide their product for people. With that being said, it's going to be the breeding ground for the programs that we need in order to have a public market that provides nothing but that local product. It sounds like there might be facilities that'll allow us within these partnerships to have a commons area with a grocery store type setting in it, and also community kitchen, and with the food truck coalition and the involvement there. These are local crafters, really getting that in one spot and inviting all these communities into it. That's where we'll benefit from that community engagement, is just bringing all of the passion projects together, if you must. Thank you.
Fostering connection and local jobs is great. And maybe can you tell us why also in general, in your opinion, it's good for us not to be buying beef from Brazil as much, or green beans from Macedonia or someplace like that? Why is it bad to do that, and why is it good to do this?
Well, that's a good question, Brendan. I got another awesome question. There's all kinds of reasons. I'm not going to put up a defense against why you shouldn't buy that product. But what benefits us from buying product locally is, number one, just the economic standpoint. When Wichita can receive 15 cents on the taxes paid in Wichita, or let's say Kansas can receive 15 cents paid in Kansas from Kansas, that local bought product. Whereas if we import that in, Kansas is receiving 5 cents for every tax dollar that comes in. So there's the economic standpoint. From a health standpoint, we get too far outside of our jurisdiction, if you must. That product has some sort of less controlled antibiotics or GMOs, and you hear that stuff all the time, and it can get pretty preachy sometimes, but the truth is the product itself may not be as healthy. Buying locally guarantees that you're able to source your food better. Whether the practices are conventional or organic around town, you can choose what your product's made of and what your product is. So, thank you, Brendan.
I haven't heard that you need any funding, but there are ways to find some funding if your business model is one that some of the foundations could support. And second question is, wineries within the food groups that you're bringing to these festivals?
What's that second question? I'm sorry, Bill.
Well, I'm working with a winery that's developing, and do you invite the wineries into your festivals as one of the focus areas? Because people tend to like to eat and drink wine at the same time.
Well, as it is right now in the fall, we don't plan to have a winery there serving product. Wineries are definitely invited to, they can come out and they can talk about their product and things like that. We'll give it 1 or 2 go-arounds before we get alcohol involved. If we get a little too children, if we get, not too children heavy, but if we get, if we want to foster the environment to have families there and have a good time and keep focus on what they're there for, which is community. So if we have a couple runs, a couple festivals where it is more successful on an educational level to not have those beverages consumed, then we're going to roll with it that way. Now, saying that, I also run a bar around town, so I'm not against that kind of setting. So of course, I would love to get Prairie Hill Winery and a few wineries around town involved in something because of their local craft, because of their ability to grow their product and serve it locally. That's something that we can definitely consider if the farmers festivals don't work out for them. As far as sponsorship and funding, if you're interested in sponsorship, I have a couple programs that we can discuss one-on-one. I've got a couple brochures if you're interested in that, and there's sponsorship tiers from $100 to $1,500. And all that is about marketing your business, and your concerns can be discussed one-on-one. But we definitely have those programs. I mean, we're a nonprofit entity. We're not going to turn down a little bit of help, but we also like to make it worth your while. So we can definitely trade that advertisement and marketing for you as well.
I just want to get the mic on this side of the room. You guys are hogging all the questions. I would like to know what, as a commercial business, do I have, like what could benefit me as I look to grow a food program in my business? And do you have suppliers that are willing to be able to produce enough where I can consistently, like a person come to my business and buy products they know they're getting as much local as possible? Because I would rather not buy it off of a big white truck if I can.
Well, there's definitely the way to, and thank you for the coffee, Andrew. There's definitely a way to connect through our online directory. Saying that, most of the stuff on the directory will come by as a retail. When you're talking wholesale, those are purveyors that I'm beginning to get in contact with, and that I'm able to network with, and just growing that network is part of the plan of starting small scale with a public market at the district place, and growing that buyers network is the goal with that. So absolutely, if you're looking for something, let me know, and we can find wholesalers. So,
how does the farmer get on the list of the buyers network? Like, if I want to work with you, how does that work?
right now, everything's pretty static. So with that buyers network, it's all connecting with who we know and who we know does what and sells what and all that. With that, I'm going to go back to the directory again. You can jump back into that directory. You can sign up for newsletters and things like that. As we move forward, we're going to start getting farmers. Farmers are starting to get more comfortable with that wholesale piece, which most of us know you can't sell anything without a market. So this is our effort to grow the market, is to take this organization, move it forward, and besides the things that'll come out directly from us, this also allows other entrepreneurs to utilize that network that we're creating. Thank you, Logan.
What success have you had connecting your network of food producers, your farmers, with local grocery stores like the Green Acres or some of the local Dillons that have signs indicating they like to sell local produce?
That's not that's something that they actually did themselves. So we're not involved. We haven't been involved with any connections like that. I know, I work at Public at the Brickyard where most everything is sourced locally. That's where I get some of my connections, and then I've also utilized some of these farmers that I've worked with to provide food in that setting as well.
Thank you, Michael. And the last question is, what as a community can we do to help you?
Well,
one more question here. I mean, Ryan's going to blow up for us.
good. I need to think about that one.
Well, it's going to be almost the same question there. But I own two boot camp facilities, and obviously putting in the directory to all my clients is going to help, and all my new clients. Is there some way that we can work together, create a special event that invites all members as well to our open to the public, obviously, but invites my members to really see exactly what it means to buy local?
Absolutely, and absolutely. That bridging the gap between all these passions are definitely important. So I'll give you my card later. All
and
right.
Ryan's boot camp is really hard but really good. So you might lose some of the local food after you eat it. But again, what as a community can we do to help you?
Well, first and foremost, we need fans. We need people who find their own passion within this network, and to get on your phone, get on Facebook, like us, grow that aspect, help us grow our reach in that aspect. So otherwise, we're doing a citywide contest with wheelbarrows where you grow whatever you want out of it, bring it to the fall festival, and you win some pretty cool prizes. Right now, it looks like we're setting up a deal with Kansas Leadership Center to where business owners and entrepreneurs might be able to get a scholarship to one of their programs for a few people in their leadership team. And then also we want to provide a farm-to-table picnic for your employees. So that sort of sponsorship, that contest, the wheelbarrow contest, is definitely focused towards businesses and business owners. But we have the sponsorship contest. Marketing material is so expensive. If anyone has a way to bring that cost down, those connections are definitely welcome. And then advocate volunteers. If you want to be part of the team, we've grown to the point where we have slowed down because of the amount of work that we have to do. Updating the directory and connecting with farmers are two things off the top of my head. And bloggers, volunteer bloggers. If you are a blogger, if you like writing, if you want your voice to be heard, just send it to us. Even if you don't think you're a writer, even if you don't think you're that creative, if there's a message that you have to send out as it relates to local food product, send it to us. Tell us whether we can print it raw or if you want us to edit it down. Very experienced volunteers can do all the technicals. How do you think I get to write things for the blog? So, and like I said, fans of the community, fans of people. The most important thing to me when it comes to this project, this organization, is just connecting with people, period. Being passionate about what you've got and connecting it with what other people are passionate about. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.